I told you yesterday on the broadcast that we're going to spend some time talking about leadership from the story of King David. But before we get to that, I just want to share a personal experience that I had that has helped shape my view of leadership. As I've said, leadership is influence. And I was just a young man during my bootcamp experience in the United States Navy. And during a time in the middle of the training called Service Week, where I ended up being sent to the mess hall to work, and the job that I was given was to be a part of the team that refilled the milk machines and big old cardboard boxes of milk. And I'm telling you what, those young men could go through some milk. And when I was given this assignment, the recruit that was in charge at that time was just terrible. His leadership style, he cussed and he swore, and he just terrible the way he spoke to us. And I made a determination. I said, when this thing changes, because like he was only going to be like 3 or 4 days, and then somebody else would be in charge, and that probably was going to be me. And it turned out that way. And I said to myself, I'm not going to treat people that way. And I made the decision to lead by example. And I determined I'm going to work harder than anybody else. And you know what? Those young men followed my lead. And I learned something about leadership, about respect, how you treat people. Now, I do believe you have to be firm, and you have to be succinct in your explanations and directions, and there has to be consequences for people's behavior. But I still think you can respect people in the process of doing all that. And now that I'm much older and have had life's experience, I've discovered that that's really quite true. And that people will follow your lead if you're clear. You make your statements and you stand on what you say. And then, yes, you may have to give somebody the old heave-ho if they're not going to follow your lead. But still, I just believe that respect has to be a part of what you do as a leader. So now, young David, a shepherd boy, he learned a few things, I believe, just doing what his father had told him to do. Go tend to my sheep. But the accountability was, you better not lose any of them. So the first thing he had to learn was, you're responsible. And when you're in a position of responsibility, that always has to be on your mind. This whole thing lies upon my ability to perform my task and lead others in such a way that people are productive and safe and able to satisfy those who have authority over you. This is Pastor Jack King with the gospel on the radio broadcast.